On last week's Project Sullivan, we tried to sandblast our project. The water filter broke on the sandblaster. We couldn't get a new one because we couldn't afford it. We tried a Job Smart handheld abrasive sander that we got at Tractor Supply. We didn't have much success with it. We couldn't figure it out. I'm sure it's because we weren't using the right. We'll try it on another project, obviously. We also found a cause keys for his four-wheeler that he couldn't find anywhere. That was huge. The editing of the video really helped us out with that.
I swear to God, we've been doing this for like 8 hours already.
Welcome to this week's episode of Project Sullivan. As you already know, we got our butts whooped trying to sandblast. We got whooped.
I think that's an understatement.
I found myself rocking in the shower crying about it. But we're coming back and we're going to hit it harder. We're going to just do it the old-fashioned way. You know, some wire brushes, some sanding discs. Just, you know, really get that paint removed so we can
work that grinder.
Paint, yeah. And now that we know it's powder coated, we're not going to do as much prep work because the powder coating is going to be better than the rattle can paint we're putting it on anyway. You know, we're just giving it a rattle can Randy job.
What would Uncle Andy have to say about that?
Randy, not Andy.
Oh. I forgot you said Andy.
No, I don't want to offend any of the family, so I had to go with somebody outside the family. Alright. Enjoy the show. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content. Let us know we're doing a good job. Always comment. Even haters, comment. We're just here to have fun. Teach Gogo how to get some things done. Hopefully we start getting a bigger budget for our projects so we can start doing things a little bit more the right way. Invest a little more into the projects. Make them better. Yeah, enjoy the show. Okay, everybody, we're back. Little issue with the sandblaster. That'll probably be another video. We bought another one. We'll probably make a review on it in case anybody's curious about it. But right now, we're still prepping for paint. And the other sandblaster kind of ran into some issues, but I think it was more operator error. And we can try to get some of this paint taken care of. Plug-in's right behind you. Gogo's got his PPE on. Don't worry about that gas tank, it's empty in the background. So do as good as you can with that. Oh, hold on, let me make sure it's plugged in on the other side.
I swear to God, we've been doing this for like 8 hours already.
What about now?
Test. Nope.
What about now?
We're good. Ready?
Hello, welcome back. I'm Gilbert, Gogo. We're back on our go-kart project. This is day 3 because yesterday we got our butts kicked. We planned on getting all the prep for paint done. You'll probably see a couple clips in there. Our sandblaster completely broke. We went and bought a cheap, off-the-shelf one for really, really cheap, and it was even worse. So we resorted to grinders and drills, and we quickly discovered that the actual frame that wasn't modified before is actually powder. We think is powder coated, so it is extremely hard to get off, and it would actually be a better paint than the paint we're actually going to paint with. So we're going to leave that since we plan on matching the color of the frame to being red too, or at least get close. So we're just going to try to take off all the old paints, the paint where somebody came in and, you know, spilt paint on it because it was in storage for so long and everything else.
In storage, is out in the sun.
Well, it was not being used. So Gogo's going to hit it up with the big grinder with a wire wheel. I'm going to hit it up with the drill with a wire wheel, try to get the, you know, crevices. Let's see how this goes.
here.
Alright, so now that we've pretty much got the vast majority cleaned up of paint that we're going to get removed, there's a couple of spots we need to tack weld together, and that's what we are going to do now. See, this is why I need a shop. We have to keep loading and unloading every tool in and out of sheds or back rooms or wherever I'm putting everything, so kind of makes things tricky sometimes. We're not doing anything fancy. We're just using a little 110 MIG welder to kind of patch up the welds. This is really thin metal. Alright, Gogo. Well, and the people watching. We got a couple little spots where either welds have cracked or there's some rust or whatever we need to patch up. So we're going to use our little 110 MIG welder here just to knock it out. Gogo may end up doing some welding later. He's been in welding ag for a little while now, so he's got the hang of it. Don't want to pull out the 220 because I'm afraid we'll just burn a hole right through it. Let's see if we can patch up some of these welds that are showing some age. Alright, so now that we got our welding done, we got to do a little cleanup to get them welds ready. A little bit of cleanup and we're ready to start primering. Okay, so now that we've finished grinding, we still have a little bit of paint overspray and this, that, and the other all over this part. So what we're going to do is, in some dirt, we're going to scrub it down with this green scrubby here. Nothing fancy, just to kind of cut an edge in the old paint that we left painted. That way the new paint will stick. Get some of the overspray, get the dirt off. Try to get this thing ready. There's a little bit of electrical tape residue there we gotta get off. That way we get ready for primer. Okay. So Logan's gonna start with that. Well, I guess you can use the sponge part for that. But we gotta go through over the entire thing with the green scrubby so it scrapes it up. Because if you don't aggravate the paint, you know, put some scratching in it, the primer coat's not going to stick, or the new paint. So we need to scratch it up a little bit so that it adheres to the metal that we're going to.
I'm pretty sure the grinder did that.
Well, in some places, over most of this paint, it's not.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of places where there's overspray, like in this corner here that was hard to get to with the wire brushes or anything.
Yeah.
And that'll take that overspray off right now. So finally we've gotten all of our paint taken off of our, well, the paint that we were going to take off is taken off the go-kart frame.
I wish we knew that was powder coated beforehand.
Right? It took us a little while. So how was it to do a bunch of sanding the old-fashioned way?
It's pain. I wish that sandblaster would have worked.
Right. Well, it still might on a different project.
That's not powder coated.
That's, yeah, not powder coated. Thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you guys next week, where we plan to get this entire thing primered at least. This should be Thanksgiving for everybody that's watching this video, or Thanksgiving just ended, so happy Thanksgiving.
This would be the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the day after Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed your turkey. If you guys celebrate that kind of thing. If you don't, I hope you had a good day. Anything else?
Like and subscribe.
Ooh, there's that whole thing. Don't forget that whole thing.